Today I'm going to teach you the 5 steps to make your mess of a rope go from this to this. Welcome to Adventures in Reach, where I encourage you to rethink what adventures are possible for you and increase your fun, ability, and confidence through attainable outdoor adventures and the information to make them happen. Today, that information is how to untangle a rope. So I'm here at a climb site today and I would like to go rappelling, and I've been pulling this rope in and out of this bag for like a week, just daily kind of walking with it, pull it out, in and out, get it all messed up with the intent of making this mangled mess so that I could show you how to untangle a rope. I have 5 steps for you today on how to untangle any rope. At some point it's going to happen, whether it's from you or from somebody who is helping you to pack up or whatnot. Step 1 is find the ends and figure out which end is furthest away from the center of this mangled mess. And so there happens to be one end over here. The other one I don't see, but it must not be very far away from the center. So we're going to take this. So that's step 1. Step 2 is we're just going to go through this until we get a knotted mess. Now this is where people make their first mistake. They will often start pulling this through and unthreading it. Try not to do that because most likely the end has not passed through and actually made a true knot as we think of it. So yes, there's this mangled mess, but step 2 is we're going to grab the middle of that mess and just pull it apart. Don't worry about which strands you're grabbing, just pull it apart and give yourself some space. As soon as you do that, you're going to pull through again. Okay, so that's back to step 2. Step 3 again. We're just going to repeat and recycle these. All right, pull the middle apart. Step 2, pull some through and keep doing this. Now this mass is kind of moved a little bit, so we're going to go down here, this ball, and just pull it apart. You just kind of rake your hands through it. And at some point, we were going to move to step 4. If you get stuck somewhere, you're going to find these little bites, the little loops or folds of rope that are stuck through this nest. Like right here, you can see there's this loop of rope just sticking through, okay? Again, we're not taking the end through, but we're just gonna pull this loop out of that mess. And just the obvious ones. Don't go crazy, just pull that loop out. All right, try again. Look at this, okay? Again, pull it apart. Yep, and we can see, you know, is there a loop? Now, right here, there's a loop through this loop. Another loop that can go down here. Okay, we just don't want ends to pass through loops and actually form knots that may not have been there before. And it's very rare that you ever get something this tangled because, like I said, I've been doing this on purpose and this hardly ever happens. So. And you can see here, I've got probably half of the rope undone. You know, as we get further, it gets quicker and easier. Yeah, I think that was it right there. Okay, now that was 4 steps. The last step, oh, that's funny. The last step is to pull the end through if there's actually a knot. And on this one, we actually only ended up with one single knot that we just pull the end through and now we're done, okay? So this is usually the case, right? The end of the knot or the end of the rope doesn't usually just happen to work its way through and tie all sorts of crazy knots. It's generally just like this where you have like a knot, you know, so not a big deal. Now, I have seen people where they start pulling the end through and what they're doing is creating knots, and you have to pull this entire rope through itself, you know, 20, 30, 50 times to untie it because you're tying so many knots and then untying them. If you're interested in this sort of thing, with learning the skills to get out, along with the confidence to do it, then feel free to consider hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you know about all the videos like this that come out. And you can check out the playlist up here about knots and rappelling. See you next time.